Welcome back, my We Budget family. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. It is Deborah Nate with Steward Well Budgeting here, and just want to say happy Sunday, even though you all will be seeing this on Monday. Here on this channel, we do all things savings, challenges, cash stuffings, budgeting, debt payoff, the whole 9 yards. And so if that's content that you're into, feel free to stick around and continue watching the video. Let's go. All right, so today we're going to just be closing out our budget for the pay on the 15th. And so I'm going to go ahead and close that budget out. I usually have not done that in the past, but I said this year that I'm trying to be more cognizant of my expenses and all the things. So we're about to go through and we're going to figure out, did I meet the budget? Did I exceed the budget? Was I under budget? Hopefully I was under, but I think there's some categories that I may have gone over in. So let's hop right into it and see where we are. First and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and look in my wallet just to let you know there's nothing in there. Nothing remains in my wallet. All is gone. But I'll unstuff the coins when I come back to do my cash stuffing. But I do want to show you all here in my wallet. Oh wait, this is actually wrong. This is the wrong, that's not supposed to be there. This here is supposed to be right here. Okay. I don't know why I put that at back to bank. So for gas, I was on budget. For groceries, I was on budget. For household, I definitely went over budget. And so the total that I spent was $43.94 when I only budgeted $25. So I'm going to have to account for that some kind of way. Maybe my next pay, I'll have to see where I'm able to rectify that. But okay, so let's go over, first and foremost, I guess we can start at what has or hasn't been paid. Let me grab my highlighters 1 second. Okay, so based on this list, I'm just going to highlight everything that's been paid. Hopefully at the end of this paper, everything is highlighted. So paid. Okay, so everything that I desired to do from this pay was completed, but if you can see on here, I have and right now this is free. The monthly budget breakdown and the payday budget breakdown are free on my website if you'd like to have them. Do I have a monthly next to me so you can see? I don't know if I do. Okay, yeah. This is the monthly breakdown. This is the payday breakdown. And then the expense tracker. All free on my website at the moment. May not be free by the end of this week. Like I may take it down because I was doing it specifically for the video that I posted on Friday. If you didn't see Friday's face-to-face video, it was actually a video that I was supposed to go live on Facebook and do. There's that, okay. That I'm supposed to go live on Facebook and do. But I need 100 followers over there on Facebook. So if you are still on Facebook, go and follow Steward Well Budgeting. I'll put it here on the screen. _SDR LLC over on Facebook. It's free. All you have to do is just hit that follow button. So that soon in the future, I can go live on the platform. But I went live here and It went well. I'm not mad about it. I think it was a good experience, I guess. And thank you for everybody who watched that video. If you have not watched that video, that's pretty much back to the basics, how to get started in budgeting, what all the basics are. The video was maybe like an hour and a half because it was live when I did it. But, you know, go ahead and if you have time, just run that through your playlists. Anyway, I not only have the budgeted column, but I also have the actuals because we're going to go over how much money I actually did spend towards a particular category, okay? So I know for a fact that I did put $45 in for Serenity, and so I'm just going to put 45 here. I know for a fact that I did put $100 into savings, so I'm going to put 100 here. Okay, so for rent, I'm probably going to zoom y'all in. For rent, I did do an actual 500. For car payment, I put the 262. The phone bill, instead of doing 65, I did put 70. So that was plus 5. For Resurgent, I was a little bit under. So plus 57 cents. FPB 2 I haven't paid yet, and I did do FPB 1, which was in fact $48. I have to go and put this in the bank and pay that. Worship Tracks, I did pay Worship Tracks, but it was a little bit under, so it came out to $31.79. Shopify, I budgeted $41, but it came up to $39. Klarna, I budgeted $20 and it came up to $19.21. For Catapult, I budgeted $100, but I only paid $80 because I only have 3 payments left. And so I was like, well, let me divide those payments into 3. And when I divided how much my balance was by 3, it gave me to pay $80. So I was like, let me just save that $20 then and put it towards something else and just put $80 in for my next 3 pay periods. So that's what I'm going to do. Xfinity, I only pulled out $30 for this. It's not due until February the 8th. So I'll put the remaining $45 in my next pay. Self, I ended up paying $50 for Self. Because somehow, even though I'm not using my Self credit card, somehow, well, I know how, right? Interest and fees, all of that kind of stuff. I ended up owing $25 for that, so I had to pay that, which I didn't factor in, as well as the Self savings. I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe hurry up and pay this off, the Self savings, so that I can reach the $500 mark and take that money out. I think I'm ready to do that. I don't want to wait till May. May would be the day where May would be the month where the 500. Do I want to wait? I'm doing some thinking whether or not I want to wait or whether or not I want that 500 to come out now. It will be beneficial to wait so that I can have that money then when I'll need it. I don't know. I'll think about it. But maybe I'll just pay it off and then not withdraw it until May. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Okay, conference registration, that was paid, and that was $25. So, based on how much I budgeted to spend versus how much I actually spent, and I think that this is so good because it lets me know if I was over budgeting something, under budgeting something. The next time I sit down, if I need to add more or I would be okay with adding less. Clearly, I would be okay with adding less in Catapult because that would be $80 per pay instead of $100 or even $90. So, but then we have things like Resurgent, right? Thank God that the next payment I make will be the last payment. Sorry, my voice is deep. We had church today. That's enough said. That will be the last payment. So my next pay will be the last that we see of Resurgent. That debt will be paid off. Thank God. Because I just am through. Okay. And then things like Self, right? The other 25 was unexpected, but you know, thankfully, we left some money in the buffer. Because what are you doing? Okay, let's go and just see what our actual totals were. So 500 plus 262 plus 70 plus 28, 48. Okay, so that actually came out to be $1,165.57. Okay, so you see the difference, right? So that leaves a balance of $530.43. You see the importance of that? Like getting to see where your money actually went, what you actually spent, I think it's so much better. So I'm glad that I went back and redid and reworked the payday budget breakdown so that you can see not just what you budgeted, but what you actually spent. And so now I'll be able, after every pay period, to sit down and see what my actuals were, what I actually spent money on, the whole 9 yards. So let's do the variable expenses. Okay. So I did actually put $150 towards grocery. Nope. I put more towards groceries. So I went to the store and I had $100. And then the bill came up to, I think it was like $195. It's like, it was less than that. It's like $195. I know that I ended up having to add 85, 80, I'm gonna say about $85 to the grocery bill. So 150 plus 85. That's $235. Yep. Gotta be real. And this is being realistic. Like I could have just been like, yeah, they don't need to know about that. But honestly speaking, I'm gonna be upfront and transparent and honest in everything. If I didn't meet the budget, it's good for me to know so that I can calculate this stuff, right? Okay, so $235. Because I had $100 from my mom, and when I got to the register, it came up to about $180 something. And so I had the 100 and then I did the 80. I want to say it was about 85 if I can remember. The receipt, couldn't tell you where it is. Is it in my wallet? Hold on, guys. Let me see if it's in my wallet. Nope. It might still be in my car, but it's okay. I believe it was close to 85. So $235 is what we actually spent for gasoline. I believe I actually only spent 60 because I had that 30 left. Maybe it was more like 70, y'all, honestly. I think it was may have been more like 70. So I put that there. And then household, yeah, we went over budget there. I actually spent $43.94. So as you can see, I was short on my actual fixed expenses. Like I was under budget there, but I'm over budget in my variable expenses, which happens sometimes, right? They vary. So let's see how much I actually spent. Oh, I'm nervous. $235 plus 70 plus 43.94. That's $348.94, which leaves us with a balance of, one second. Okay, I don't know if that's right. My button might have gotten stuck. So 530.43 minus 348.94. That leaves us with a balance. Oh, what just happened? Let's try this again. 530.43 minus 348.94. That leaves me with a balance of $181.49, okay? Which means that once I subtract the $45 that came out of Serenity, it left me with $136. Once I subtract the 100 for savings, that left me with $36.49. Okay. And that actually is accurate. In my account, I will have had more because, so remember I was telling you, I think maybe last year or even maybe the beginning, like the monthly budget breakdown, that I would be getting an increase, like a 2% increase or something like that in my pay. And so partial of that increase was in here, but I'm not including that in my budget. Right now, I'm just going to leave whatever additional money, if you want to say, that I get beyond the 1731 that I usually stuff. That's just going to be left in the bank for my buffer. Like, I'm just attributing that to my buffer. Because right now, what I was making at 1731 was enough to get my bills paid. And I just want to leave the other money in there just for the sake of having that safety net and not touching it. So I have to stay within the parameters of that 1731, or in this case, 1696. I didn't want to add that additional amount. Hopefully that makes sense. 2%, it may not go up by much, but there will be extra money that I can just make sure is always going to be left in the buffer. I want to build my buffer up. And so once my buffer is built to a place where I feel comfortable, that's maybe when I'll start adding that into my budget. But until then, that extra money is a straight buffer. Okay. All right. So that 3640. So I'm going to go here and do the actuals on the ending totals. Now, before I started recording, it was quiet upstairs. Now I started recording. Now the TV's on, everybody walking around. I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them because what was y'all doing all the time? $348.94 goes into variable. Sinking funds still got the same 45. Savings got the 100. Debt got 0, even though there's some debt over here. And then buffer got the 3649. And so that still leaves me with a zero-based budget. Okay, because that buffer is meant to be there. Okay, so see how beneficial this is? It lets me know what I actually was able to do. And when it comes to this $348.94, it was good that I was able to see how some things were adjusted here. Because if the adjustments didn't take place here, I would have been over budget. Okay, let's talk about it. If there were not some adjustments in what was paid here, for instance, if I did the whole $100 here, what's another one? That turned out to be the entire 41. If that was the full 20, if I put the entire 75 into Xfinity, right? Like all of this would have played a factor in of me only having a budget of $420 left. So let's do this. So if I kept everything the same, I would have had a remaining balance of $420, right? If I had gone over budget, and this was still my number, hopefully you all can see this. Okay. And this was still my budget. Okay. $420. is how much I have remaining. If I had gone over budget in my variable expenses, it would have been $348.94. I only would have had $71.06 left, which I would have had to put in for Serenity because I had to get my, what's it called? I have to get my oil changed soon, like yesterday, actually. And so that only would have left me with $26.06 to complete my savings challenges with. So because there was some adjustments up here, I could take care of and handle the adjustments that happened here, which means I could keep these the same. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't plan to do that. I probably, in most cases, most times, won't be under budget this much. I'm not sure. I have to see. I probably won't be under budget this much. However, I'm glad that I wasn't over budget. Like, there's like $3 and some change less in my buffer than I would have liked, but it's okay. At the end of the day, my account is not overdrawn, even though I did go over my budget in variable expenses. Does that make sense? I went over my budget in variable expenses, but in total, I am still under budget, and I feel good about that. So that is the payday budget breakdown for the pay ending on 1/15. The next pay budget breakdown that we do will be for my last pay in January. I will be having a total count of how many times I've said since we have started the slow down the train, and I will be putting money towards that savings. We will be cash stuffing my wallet for the last time in the month of January, and we'll be preparing to end out this month strong. I hope you all have enjoyed the video, and again, you can go and get these for free now on my website, and I'll put that in the description as well as here on the screen. All right, and then I will see you all. And until next time, you'll have a wonderful week. And I love you. God bless you.